I already got some information on Errol Spence. So a lot of people like what's going on with Errol Spence. So he in now Haymon shithouse. I think we all know that he just turned 35 years old, and most people behind the scenes believe the career is over with. Some people say it's because of the eye. Some people, a lot of things. Then you got the whole thing with Yellow Beezy and Mo3 going on, and I'm not gonna speak on that. But some people are trying to implicate him in that situation, which I think is dog. I think it's dog shit. But I don't think he in that mix, to be honest. But if he is, better lawyer up. Um, so basically, good word got to me yesterday about what's going on with Brother Spence. Brother, 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 brother. But hold on. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Do me the favor and join the Patreon, right? So it says, Spence is done like cooked turkey. Not only is he in Al Haymon on Al Haymon's ish list, he's on PBC broke ass shit list. That's why he can't and hasn't fought since Crawford. Blank said Haymon had it to where both fighters are Canelo and Spence had a rematch clause against each other. It doesn't matter who won, they was going to run it back. Blank said that's how they was going to generate enough money to save PBC. But your boy Spence effed it up and got beat up by Crawford and hasn't been seen again. So, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure Al Haymon articulated that with him, is that, look here, man, don't fight Crawford, fight Thurman, and then fight Canelo. That's what I heard was the plan. And then, you'll fight Canelo again, and then it'll be a wrap. So he didn't want to allow him. He didn't want to allow him to fight to fight Bud. He didn't want to allow that to happen. So yeah, he didn't want to allow that to happen for him to fight Bud, and that's because of Canelo Alvarez. So they was gonna do the fight twice. The money was gonna generate enough money for PBC to go on. They was probably gonna do it at Cowboy Stadium. I don't know if they was gonna have Canelo carry Errol Spence in the first fight or whatever, but that was the plan. So for the most part, it didn't happen. And now they don't have no money. So now you seeing them try to turn around, and you see them trying to turn around and do Canelo. Jake Paul and Canelo. Then that didn't work. Then they tried to turn around and they tried to turn around and now do Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, but a snag kind of hit with that too. The snag was Lamar Roach did better than they anticipated. So at the end of the day, he messed the bag up. And when Floyd also, when Floyd refused to come back and do a real fight, that's when Showtime was like, it's not in our best interest to do this. So when Showtime came back in there and they wanted to do a fight with Bud, do a fight with one Floyd Mayweather, come back and fight a real fight, he didn't want to do a real fight. Now there were some rumors going out here, and I'll just say this loosely, that he was going to be fighting Mario Barrios. So I don't know if he was coming back for another TV network in a real fight to invest money into him. Or invest money into PBC and come back and say PBC. I haven't heard much about those rumors, but those rumors was out there. I know Barrios just had a baby, and they, somebody at PBC love Barrios. Remember that song by Patty? Was it Patty LaBelle? Somebody loves you, baby. Oh, 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 somebody loves you, baby. So yeah. So right now, they need somebody to generate money to save the company. They need somebody to generate money to save their ass. Real talk. So with him not doing that, so guess what? It becomes personal. That's why it's kind of hard working with black people. And I hate to say this about my people, everything they can't separate personal from business. They think we got to be great friends to do business. That's not how I work, in the free world. That's not how I work in the free world. They think we got to do great business together. We got to be best of friends to do great business. And nah, not at all. Not at all. No. Sometimes we can not see eye to eye, but we can still get that money together. Malcolm and Eddie, who remember that show? Malcolm and Eddie Griffin and Malcolm, Jamal Warner didn't get along. That I'm saying they wasn't friends. They got along good enough, but they didn't hang out outside the show. They was on two opposite ends of the spectrum. But see, kind of when you mess over your homeboy, what happened to you, Spence? Blank said also that all the sanctioning belt bodies was not going to strip Spence because they wanted some of that Canelo money both times. So Spence was going to also hold Terrence Crawford and anybody else up from getting the championship fight. So Spence was going to hold all three belts right there, hold them hostage for a year and some change and fight Canelo and probably not even come back down. Or maybe they was like, no, you can come back down and fight Terrence Crawford. And he probably physically couldn't come back down and fight him. See, these dudes, this is all allegedly, these dudes not pro. They not pro boxing, bro. They not pro boxing. They're not pro boxing. They're not pro boxing. And in my opinion, that's sad. It get better. Don't worry about it. It get better. This whole little thing get better. Well, I'll just keep going. So Blank said off top, Canelo was going to fight Spence both times and had a catch weight at 160. So they was willing to do this at a catch weight. When it was fighting Terrence Crawford, you got to go all the way to 68. Canelo is the ultimate BITCH. Who you calling her? I know I remixed it. Real talk. He's a hoe. He's a hoe. And I got to give Spence some credit. You got to give Spence some credit. You got to give Spence some credit. You got to give Spence some credit. Because Spence was a real one. Spence sat there and made the deal with Terrence. Was it one of the door stoppers on this fight, kind of fighting Keith Thurman? He was dead set on not fighting Keith. I don't agree with why he didn't want to fight Keith, but I understand why he didn't want to fight Keith. But I didn't agree with it. I definitely understand it. But in the fight game, it don't really work that way. I get to make you pay for putting me on the pine or stopping my career. If I get opportunity to punish a person that stopped me from feeding my family, I'm going to punish them. That's just me, though. That's just me. So they was going to do this at a catch weight. Canelo was going to get him a catch weight, but won't give Crawford a catch weight. That should let you know that Canelo don't already know this ain't no layup. That's how he operates. He's a very scary individual, and people try to act like, oh, but Canelo, he's a bitch. There ain't no other way to put it. We alive, buddy. We alive. That's just what he is. And I'm gonna talk about what Mikey Garcia said. I talked a little bit about it last night, but it wasn't a video for it. These dudes operating like hoes, and everybody is justifying it, man. That's what happened when you allow the country to go too far left. Too far right, too far left is just not right. Real talk. So I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what they doing outside. Somebody moving in, moving out. But let me see if I got anything else to spit on this. So yeah. But I mean, unfortunately, that's it. Unfortunately, he was willing to do that for Spence, willing to do that for Canelo. I just tell you a lot about Canelo's character, man. He doesn't have character. He doesn't have character. And then Jake Paul, oh, you all go with the money. He's a mercenary. Y'all was calling that to Keith Thurman. All these fighters are mercenaries, man. That's just what it is. So it is what it is. I ain't gonna cook too long. I ain't heard nobody probably say this on the internet outside of me, so don't forget it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit the link in the description. It's the first link. Linktree say find me everywhere. Join the Patreon. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Want to donate to the channel? Best way to do that is thumbs up and share the video. Peace.